Hey everyone, welcome back to the sorting room.
And oh boy, do we have a lineup to pick apart today.
So, Showbiz Junkies broke down HBO Max's SDCC 2026 panels this week, and Harry Potter isn't in Hall H at all.
Nowhere. Meanwhile, Lanterns and Stuart Fails to Save the Universe get the big stage.
And House of the Dragon gets bumped down to a fan screening.
A screening, not even a real panel slot.
Which means it's grading time on our own April predictions.
Oh, don't remind me.
No, we're doing it. Receipts are getting pulled either way.
Fine, but then we look at why HBO Max picked these two shows for Hall H over everything else.
There's a pattern in the scheduling I want to trace. Follow the money, right?
Always with you.
And later, NYCC in October. What does that panel actually need to deliver?
Full cast, real footage, or just atmosphere and Coney Island theming?
We'll argue about it, don't worry.
We always do. So, Hall H snub first?
Hall H snub first. Let's get into why Harry Potter got left off the biggest stage at Comic-Con. Okay, so it's official. Harry Potter isn't showing up, not even a booth.
Wait, nothing? Not one mention on the whole SDCC schedule?
Zero. Showbiz Junkies posted HBO Max's full lineup for San Diego, running July 23rd through 26th, and it's Lanterns, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, and a House of the Dragon screening. That's the list.
So the panel we kept speculating about
Isn't happening. Not this con, anyway.
Fine, but if Harry Potter's out, I need to know what's actually filling that room. What's the big Hall H push?
Lanterns gets Friday, July 24th, the marquee slot, Kyle Chandler, Aaron Pierre, and Damon Lindelof himself in the room.
Lindelof showing up in person is HBO telling you where the money's going.
Deadline's convention rundown backs that up. It's the full treatment cast plus creator plus the big room, the kind of setup a lot of fans figured Harry Potter would eventually get.
Instead, it went to a show nobody's actually seen yet.
And Thursday, the day Hall H opens, that slots Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, Chuck Lorre's new show, moderated by Felicia Day, debuting the same week as the convention.
Opening night slot for something that hasn't aired a single episode? That's a real bet on a debut.
Sure, but here's the part that actually stopped me.
Go.
House of the Dragon, HBO's biggest fantasy property currently running, and Showbiz Junkies has it getting a fan screening, Season 3, Episode 6. No panel, no Hall H.
Wait. That's the whole allocation? No cast, no Q&A?
Not on the schedule they published. I figured Dragon would anchor the weekend and Lanterns would be the newcomers stuck in a smaller room.
Right. Same. That's the opposite of what I would have guessed.
Which tells you something about how HBO's spreading Hall H this year. They're not spending it on the show people already show up for.
They're spending it on the two things fans don't already know they want.
Lindelob's name alone fills a room. Lorre's does too, for a completely different crowd.
So Dragon gets the quiet treatment because it doesn't need the sell.
Or because 6 episodes deep into Season 3, there's less to reveal.
Either way, that's not the hierarchy I had in my head back in April.
Hold on, didn't we actually draw that hierarchy out loud back in April?
Oh, we absolutely did.
So maybe before we act shocked, we should go check our own tape.
Because I have a feeling one of us called this and one of us really, really didn't.
Okay, so before we move on, I made calls on this back in April. Time to check the receipts.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. In Why Harry Potter is Skipping Hall H, you said the show wasn't ready to be seen yet. That part held up.
Thank you. I'm just saying production timeline logic doesn't lie. They're still shooting.
Sure, but in Hall H or Bust, I called the exact shape of the snub. 0 panel, 0 booth presence. You hedged.
I did not hedge. I said likely absent.
Likely is a hedge.
Okay, fine, guilty. But you predicted a surprise sizzle reel drop during someone else's panel. That didn't happen.
No, it didn't. I'll own that one. I wanted a stealth marketing move, and HBO Max just didn't blink.
Nothing. Not even a tweet.
Which honestly stings more than a bad prediction.
See, I think that's the real tell here. You predicted drama. I predicted absence. Absence won.
Sure, but drama would have been more fun to be right about.
Can't argue with that.
Where I think I edge you out, though, is House of the Dragon. I said full Hall H panel was overkill for a show mid-season.
And I said full panel, no question. I was wrong on that one. Confirmed.
Wrong, and it's fine to say it. A screening makes more sense than I think even I gave myself credit for.
Follow the money on that one. A full panel costs cast travel, moderator fees, staging. A screening's cheap.
So really, split decision. You nailed Harry Potter's total absence. I nailed the dragon's demotion.
I'll take that. I'm giving myself an A-.
I'm giving myself a B+. The sizzle reel knocked me down.
Fair. Now, the part neither of us called.
Go on.
Why Lanterns and Stuart get the marquee treatment while two shows with way more built-in fandom get sidelined. That's a scheduling story, not a snub story.
Which ties right into premiere dates, doesn't it?
Shifting to the why behind this, follow the money, or in this case, follow the calendar. Lanterns premieres August 16th. That's 3 weeks after SDCC wraps.
Right, so Hall H becomes the last big swing before launch.
Exactly. You want cast and creators in the room while the marketing engine's still warm. A panel now feeds trailers and press for the rest of summer.
And then Stuart Fails to Save the Universe just one-ups that entirely.
It premieres July 23rd, the actual day the convention starts.
Wait, same week?
Same day. Showbiz Junkie's July 9th piece has creators Chuck Lorre, Zach Penn, and Bill Prady there with Kevin Sussman and Lauren Lapkus. That's not promotion, that's a launch party.
Harry Potter doesn't have that hook. Nothing's dropping this month.
Nothing's dropping for over a year, actually.
Which loops back to House of the Dragon, kind of the control group here.
Right, already has an audience. Deadline's July 12th schedule piece mentions dozens of panels, but House of the Dragon just gets that screening.
Because it doesn't need the sell. People are already watching.
So here's my theory. Hall H isn't loyalty, it's a countdown clock. You get the marquee slot when you're weeks from premiere, not months.
I'll push back a little. Percy Jackson's back in Hall H per Deadline, and Season 3 is not exactly imminent.
True, but that's Disney's calendar. Different studio, different math. For HBO Max specifically, look at the pattern. Lanterns, close. Stuart Fails, closer. Dragon, already airing. Harry Potter,
Nowhere near ready.
which means the snub isn't a snub, it's just not Harry Potter's turn on the clock yet.
Okay, but if premiere proximity is really the rule, that raises a bigger question about where Harry Potter does show up.
Go on.
Because there's already an announcement on the books for October.
Shirt pauses.
And building on that pivot, WBD isn't waiting till SDCC to make a move. They've already locked in New York Comic-Con.
Wait, already? For a Christmas premiere?
Yeah, Fan Travel's convention guide has NYCC running October 8th through 11th, back at the Javits Center.
Huh, that's a lot tighter to launch than July.
And Wikipedia's got this one pegged as NYCC's 20th anniversary. They're doing a Coney Island theme for the whole event.
Oh, Coney Island. Somebody's got a mood board and a budget line for funnel cake props.
Probably, but look, I get why fans are annoyed right now. SDCC's the biggest stage in the industry, and Harry Potter's nowhere on it.
3 more months of radio silence after that snub does sting.
Especially with Lanterns and Stuart Fails soaking up every panel slot this week.
Right. So flip the calendar around. How does waiting actually help them?
SDCC sits 5 months out from a Christmas release. NYCC in October is basically the on-ramp straight into the holidays.
So instead of a July teaser that goes stale by November,
you get one push, concentrated, right when people start buying tickets.
Follow the money. They're not spreading the hype thin across 6 months. They're stacking it right before the register rings.
Which lines up with that Christmas Day bet we talked about a few weeks ago. HBO already told us they're playing the long game with this release.
NYCC's just the next domino falling in that plan.
Exactly.
Still risky, though. That's 4 months with almost nothing for the fan base that actually wants the marquee panel.
Sure, but a tight 3-week window right before premiere probably converts better than a slow drip nobody notices.
Yeah, that math actually tracks. Building on that risk, what actually has to happen at the Javits Center in October?
Full cast on that stage. No surprise video call, no half-team appearance.
Right, and footage, real footage, not a 10-second sizzle reel.
Look at what Percy Jackson just got handed. Deadline reported Hall H brings back Walker Scogall, Ariane Simhadri, the whole young cast, plus executive producers Craig Silverstein and Dan Schatz, moderated by Juju Green, for a first look at Season 3.
That's the bar. New characters teased, behind-the-scenes stories, the works.
Exactly. If Harry Potter shows up in October with Dominic McLaughlin and the kids just talking and there's no set footage,
Fans feel like they got a consolation prize.
a pretty expensive one given how long they've waited.
4 months of silence only pays off if there's something at the end.
So what's the payoff look like for you?
Minimum, a trailer with actual dialogue, wand work, something real.
I don't know if WBD's ready to show that much this early.
Which is why I'd call October the real test, not July.
Bold. So Comic-Con didn't matter?
It mattered for setting expectations. New York Comic-Con is where they get paid off, or don't.
My prediction? Cast shows up, no trailer. They lean hard on the Coney Island theming to distract everyone.
A boardwalk instead of a wand.
Basically. So here's the question for everyone this week.
Does spectacle cover for missing footage, or does the fandom see right through it?
We'll find out in October.
Okay, so quick recap before we let you go.
Harry Potter, 0 presence at SDCC. Not even a booth.
And House of the Dragon getting bumped to a fan screening still bugs me.
You've said that 4 times now.
I'm just saying, the takeaway here, HBO Max is playing convention slots like release date chess, not franchise ranking.
Which is why New York Comic-Con in October is the real test.
Here's my open question for the week. Can that panel land actual footage, not just cast waving from a stage?
Percy Jackson set the bar with a full trailer drop. Harry Potter needs to clear it.
Or we're back here in October grading ourselves again.
Hopefully with better receipts this time.
Go find us on social at The Sorting Room. Send us your set photos, your book chapter arguments, all of it.
And subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss the NYCC breakdown.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you next week.